back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Round 80. Here we go, team. All day, defense, all day.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. With that, let's check out how the Chargers line up on offense.
And what a tough environment to roll into. On the road, playing one of the better teams in the league, obviously, because this is the playoffs. So what do teams talk about? Bringing their own momentum, bringing their own energy on the road, because you know you won't get any from the home crowd.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. They're led onto the field by the former 3rd-round pick back in 2012, and that's the quarterback, Nick Foles.
Love his build, love his arm. Had a Pro Bowl season with the Philadelphia Eagles, looking to scale those heights once again.
Hey, tight. Where's 52? Watch 52.
Foles. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There defensively was Nasir Adderley making a nice play.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
49's the mic. Watch 49. All day.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And able to find Conley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
It should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Time quickly to look at the Chargers defense.
Melvin Ingram is beginning to come into his own as an outside linebacker. Strong, solid, with an excellent first step.
2nd and 5 now. Foles. And he completes it to Westbrook. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
All day, baby, all day. Watch the eye. Check it go.
Montgomery, they'll run for it. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on.
Now Foles. The quick slant caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, but now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. They just did manage to sneak into the playoffs as a 6th seed, so it's a tough road ahead. They would need to win 3 games on the road in January, but there's 20 other teams who wouldn't mind being on that road.
You're exactly right about that. But your point about how daunting this is well taken, because it all depends on their mindset now. How do you break it down so that you're not looking at this whole big road and say to yourself, we've got no shot? You break it down to this game right now, win that one, then worry about the rest of them after that.
And that's exactly right, and the staff told us that. They've been focusing with the players on don't look ahead, but that's hard to do sometimes, is it not?
It is hard to do because the ultimate goal is to do what? Is to win a Super Bowl. So you have to look ahead a little bit, but you make sure you focus on the game at hand.
Now Rivers, complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
It's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And an alley to run. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Here's Foles. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
Now, that's absolutely terrific technique right there by the corner. Exhibit A. Zone coverage. Knew where his man was in relation to the football at all times and made a nice play.
To throw again on 2nd down. Foles. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Joey Bosa. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
1st down, Rivers. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Rivers. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Might want to remember that 3rd down play, 37 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And caught by Henry. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. 1st and 10 at the 19. Gordon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Rivers. They'll set up the screen here to Justin Jackson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Play fake. Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The kick by Carlson is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead then.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Montgomery. Tim Williams makes the tackle.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Looking to throw. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered him for a loss of yardage.
Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 19. Foles now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Caught here by Conley. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Matt Wild now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded at the 33. So we're at halftime of this AFC. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
49. Hey, sound one. I'm here all day. 49, guys.
Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. The Charger drive about to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. On 2nd and 9, Rivers. He completes it to Henry. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Rivers to throw it. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the step.
That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rivers, complete. It's Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism. Great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win a lot of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Foles completes it to Lee. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Foles now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
I got motion. No.
Foles. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Foles. And he slings one that's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Rivers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 42.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Rivers will get this one to Williams. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Rivers throwing complete to his tight end, Henry. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. On 3rd down, this is Jackson, and he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. On play action, Rivers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Josh Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
The kick by Carlson is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Foles and the Jags down 9-7, 2:18 on the clock. They've got the crowd behind them, and they need only a field goal to survive and advance to these playoffs. So here's Foles. He's going to rifle one deep left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marquise Lee. 73 yards. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Well, the tides have turned. Now all eyes shift to the Chargers. Trailing by 5. 2:09 to play. It's got to be a touchdown here, and that won't be easy. On the road, in the playoffs, as they've got it with a first down. Here's Rivers. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers going underneath for Gordon. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to have a third down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line. Here's Rivers.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This is Gordon on the dump off. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. Back to throw.
That's a nice job.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish it.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. So now all eyes shift to the Jags. Trailing by 3 after the touchdown and 2-point conversion. 45 seconds remaining. Their sold-out crowd is behind them. They need at least a field goal to tie as they've got it 1st and 10. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill, trying to get your guys down the field.
Hey, let's go! Interception all day, baby! Yeah! Got white 90. Round 80! In the face.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now Rivers gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. So they won their division and earned the right to play at home in the first round of the playoffs, but this one is not going to script so far.
Nowhere did they have the thought.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off at his own 47.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
Encroachment, defense.
Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs because there's all that build up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt because when you work that hard to get this far, it hurts just a little bit more. No matter when your season ends, it's a downer. But in this case, even more so because